Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode just after sunrise. I recorded an epic 40-minute video, all these trades, all this knowledge, all this information on dawn and the sunrise, and then the video didn't save. But anyway, we're going to jump in charts for Bitcoin. Congratulations on Tesla, up 6%, which is massive for us since we bought the bottom on Tesla on 141. So already 180 something on Tesla. If you understand that 20 or 30% gain on Tesla on a stock, for my high capital audience, 40% of you are multi-millionaires. 29% of you are not millionaires. I'll show you right now. 15,000 people watch my videos every day, an entire stadium. 1 million plus, 39% of you. 1,000 plus, 21% of you. 10,000 plus, 22% of you. So most of you are millionaires. Most of my audience, which is amazing, millionaire plus. And you can see that with some of my students. So anyone that was high capital that bought Tesla the last few weeks with me off 141 to now 185, somewhere around there, that's around 10-20%. What is that? 141. So 141 to 180 is $40. So it's 10-12%. 12% on a massive capital stock like that, where you could go margin or have used billions of dollars. You could have invested $1 million on Tesla a few weeks ago and you would have $1.1 million now. 2 weeks later, you could have invested $1 billion in Tesla and you would have $1.1 billion now. You would have made $100 million in 2 weeks. If you invested $10 billion right now, some of my students actually have billions, by the way. I've talked to some students that had hundreds of millions of dollars. So like, say someone, congratulations, if you had $1,000 2 weeks ago, now you have 1,100 or more, like 1,200, went up more. Bitcoin also now at 70K. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. Tesla was up 6.6%, MCRT 4%, Ethereum 3.6%, BNB 3%, Unique 3%, Doge 2.5%. World Bitcoin set above 70K, pulled back a little bit, 1.7%, but pulling back and then bouncing. We finished, in my opinion, if you were following my Elliott wave count, first wave, first to second corrective wave, second to third impulse wave, third to fourth corrective wave, fourth to fifth impulse wave. The final wave on Bitcoin is now happening. It broke out. I had big trade, 6 Bitcoin trade at 56K and closed it here because I thought it was going to pull back and come back down to 56K on a double bottom, but that didn't. So that showed big strength on Bitcoin. We've also got this big inverse head and shoulders and it's breaking up, but I would still be very careful going heavy long here. Why? Because if you were following my videos in 2022, 2023, we were going heavy long here at 15, 16K. I had 19 Bitcoin long open. I had 6 Bitcoin long open. I closed a $200,000 trade there in the profits. I closed $200,000 trade somewhere here in the profits. That's when I was going heavy long on Bitcoin, when it was oversold on the stochastic, on the monthly stochastic, super oversold. This is the main thing I want my guru students to learn. Oversold is the time to be buying. When it's overbought, be careful. And you can see now Bitcoin is overbought on the monthly stochastic. And look, if you look at Tesla, it's also the opposite, right? If you check out Tesla, we were buying Tesla at oversold. You see? Not at overbought. The time to sell Tesla was here when it was overbought here before it came back down. Or when we were buying it down here, I was also buying it on oversold. You see? Before it moved all the way up to close at overbought. But for me, I'm just accumulating Tesla because I think it's a world, like, I love Elon and everything he does. That's why I support Bitcoin and Bitcoin, Tesla, and Doge so much. Because he's a genius and he's really changing the world, like unlike any other billionaires. Anyway, Tesla oversold. I bought it at 141. I went heavy long there. I mean, like, I used even margin on like huge position. So we've already made 36% off the bottom, everyone. 36% on Tesla. I'd miscalculated when I was calculating that percentage. Already 36% up. So if you put $1 billion, you have $1.3 billion now. If you put $3 billion, you have $4 billion. If you put $1 million, you have $1.3 million now. If you put $100,000 2 weeks ago, you have $130,000 now. If you put $10,000, you have $13,000 now. If you put $1,000, you have $1,300 now. If you put $500, you have $700 now. If you put $100, you have $130 now. You understand? Congratulations to all of you. So just be careful going heavy leverage long on Bitcoin right now when it's at 70 70K, but it is on the 4th to 5th final wave. It's just started that wave, and it is in the bull flag. Keep in mind the 4th to 5th final wave is smaller than the 2nd to 3rd Elliott wave count. And also, by the way, I want to point out that the 3rd to 4th impulse pullback was perfectly the minimum. The minimum is 24 to 30, and the maximum is 35% on a pullback on the 3rd to 4th impulse wave. So we came 25% down. I shouldn't have closed my trades after I opened those longs at 56. It was perfect entry. But I just saw the volume dropping, and in a way, on the volume dropping, I got worried and protective. Why? Because the time to go heavy long was when I was doing it down here at 16 and 50K. This is when I was going heavy long with big leverage and big amounts. Now I'm going very calculated trades on pullbacks. Because why? Because now we're up here at 70K, not at 16K. So the pullback, a big support, I would only open trades now on big supports and bounces. My goal is not to open a super heavy leverage trade right now, because it could just easily wick down $1,000, liquidate my trade, and I lose all my money, or lose that trade. You know what I mean? You never lose your money because you're always risking maximum 5%. So where would I 2% until you get bigger? Draw a line here. Once you get bigger, you can risk 5%, even 10% sometimes as you get bigger. But once you're, by bigger I mean over $300,000 account. So these are the two trades I'll take on these big supports. So we've got a support at 63, support at 66. Right now we're pulling back, and we're trying to hold this trend line, which we are. Volume is coming in now and stochastic turning up. So it's actually confirming this breakout. It's actually confirming this breakout with the inverse head and shoulders. So it looks like Bitcoin is going to pump more. The distance will be the inverse head and shoulders. The head of the inverse head and shoulders, which isn't so far. Also what you're going to see now, like, see, Tesla moved 6% yesterday just on not much news, or not much, or maybe I missed the news, but I didn't see any big announcement. Why? Because it's oversold. It's so oversold. It's on the bottom. Bad news doesn't matter anymore. Good news pumps it like crazy because it's so oversold on the bottom. Bitcoin is the opposite. It's like if Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Like at 15K, it doesn't matter what the bad news was coming about Bitcoin. It didn't really go down lower than 15K because it was already oversold at the bottom. Now you're at the top, so any bad news can be bad for. Anyway, so this is the target will be around 75 of this inverse head and shoulders, 76,700. And that's what I mean. Also, you're not going to get so big moves anymore. That's the problem. So opening trade, I would do it on support. So riskier one, I would open on 66,000, stop loss 65,129, take profit 88K. Safer one, I would open and bigger leverage long off this yellow trend line, or this big support now, which is now the monthly support at 59K, at 60K. And you can see that over on my Bybit. Here I made yesterday on spot $3,200, which is beautiful. I've got Bitcoin trades not open yet. You can see here I perfectly got the trade at the bottom on 56K. Look at that buy on my Bitcoin trade. But then I closed it here on the chop because of lowering volume, and I thought we would go down, and then Bitcoin boom pumped out. But if you look at my overall trades, beautiful. Look at that. Selling here before the drop, buying the bottom here, selling the exact top here, buying the bottom down here, selling here, still massively in profits, but not catching that meat of the move, unfortunately, missing it out. I've got Bitcoin trade at 60,677, 10 Bitcoin on that bigger support. So I've got a 10 Bitcoin buy on this big yellow trend line at 60. The safer trade, 60,600. I've got a 10 Bitcoin buy for a big bounce, and I've got a 3 Bitcoin buy at 66K, and I've got Uniswap buy at $8. And that's on derivatives. On spot, I've got a 1 Bitcoin buy at 61K. Let's make this 2, because it'll be a nice bounce off 61K if it pulls back. Got a 2 Bitcoin buy of 61K, but actually no, I want to be selective now. Bitcoin already overbought. I want to buy things that is oversold. Pocket 10 cents, World $3.60. I've got big buys for those two. I'm holding spot 636. Yesterday I made from 615 to 636, which is beautiful. 3K yesterday on this spot. The day before I made that meat of the move. 248K in cash. I was still 50% in cash and 50% in the markets. Now I'm probably 60% in cash, or a bit more. So I got to deleverage out a little bit. I've got 1 Bitcoin 70K, Doge 57K, up 4%, Bitcoin up 0%, WorldCoin up 0.5%, MCRT was up 5%. I've got 646K, Pocket up 2.45%, Uniswap 4%, and I'm a seed investor in a lot of these projects. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to do your own due diligence. Guru Ventures and me personally invested in more than 60 crypto, or 60, I don't even, probably 60 or 80 or 100 maybe, crypto companies. So be careful, like just keep that in mind. You have to do your own due diligence and you have to do your own research. I am an early seed investor in a lot of these companies. Tesla was up 6%. Doge, I've got a big position in Doge. I was buying it at 0.003. Who remembers buying Doge with me at 0.003? Any comment in the comment section below. Anyone who was with me in the Eagle's Nest in the villa, remember that villa with the Eagle's Nest? Anyone who's with me in the Eagle's Nest buying Doge at 0.003 before it moved to 0.75 over those months when Elon pumped it, remember? Now Doge is at 0.16. During the bear market, this bear market, it came back down to 0.05. Check out derivatives. Dogs. Hey. Go away. No. Be kind to each other. Derivatives. Let's see if it was on here. Weird. I was buying Doge here, maybe on a different account, on a different wallet. Okay, let's check out Doge. So Doge looks like it's breaking out of this big descending triangle. Already broke out, confirmed. Descending triangle. Volume a little bit still dropping off. We need to see some announcements. Stochastic turning up on the daily. Stochastic overbought. Volume stronger on the daily, confirming this breakout, which is good news. Target of these breakouts is usually the base of this triangle. So it's this distance here. So the distance we're talking about on Doge is this blue line. Is the maximum target, or not maximum, the potential target. So 0.23 is the potential target. So we've already got the meat of the move, and it's already confirmed with, but 19 cents we have a big resistance. 20 cents we have a big resistance. But if Elon announces something, this would be the time. It will go crazy. By the way, again, I wanted to show you this tweet again. This is on Twitter, James Crypto Guru. Two huge announcements. This is my video yesterday. Look at my tweet. When I first started buying Bitcoin, nobody in the real world knew what it was. Today, I think Bitcoin and cryptosphere is severely understood. This was in 2018. I wrote this. 2018. It was actually, no, I didn't write it. I credited it to someone that I found on a forum. 15,000 people watch my videos every day. How rich are you? 1 million plus is 39%. 21% is 1,000 plus. USDC minted 250 million US dollars 1 hour ago. USDC minted 250 million dollars. They printed, so that someone put in 250 million USD, so they had to make 250 million USDC. Tesla up 6%, MCRT, etc. Uniswap is fighting back against the SEC swirl notice. $1 billion was printed at USDT. $1 billion was printed USDT. So 250 million was printed USDC. 1 billion was printed USDT. So everyone, it looks like we're gonna have some mega pump. If that much printing, that means that much buying is happening. So I want to get more into Doge. Doge already pumping. I have how much? 58k. Shit, it's already up. It's just pumping as I'm talking. Okay, so Doge I think can go crazy of this breakout if this resumes. Bitcoin, they printed 1 billion USDT and 250 million USDC. So that's either going into Bitcoin or some of the top altcoins like Solana, Doge. That means Bitcoin's going to pump. That means a lot of things will move up. That's a lot of money they just printed. But I'm more than 50%. I'm only 248 in free cash now. I like to have a lot of cash in my account, guys, ready to buy dips. If you want to do all of this and learn all of this underneath the video, go down below. One is the exchanges I use. Bybit gives you a $30,000 bonus if you use this link. Take the crypto master course. I want to make this video quick because sun is rising. I want to show you, and I don't want the video to cut out again and I have to re-record it again. And the last video was 40 minutes. I recorded like poetry from dawn. Anyway, Telegram group, 9,000 of you, and bought your course a few months, took profits, bought a new Harley Davidson, in process of buying $2 million house from your videos, bought a villa in Punta Cana, made $500,000 profit. Thank you for watching, everyone. Join them in the Telegram. Also, there's 166 of you online right now discussing, and 3,300 of you in the chat. And congratulations, everyone, on Tesla. I hope this video works. Hit the subscribe button, smash that thumbs up button, turn on the bell. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.